Welcome to this explainer session. Look, if you're a brand new fourth grade teacher, teaching writing can feel like, well, a massive undertaking. It's totally normal to feel a bit overwhelmed. But don't worry, you are in exactly the right place. Today, we're acting as your literacy coaches, and we're going to equip you with a concrete, totally actionable toolkit for teaching fourth grade opinion writing. We'll be using the Character Kid structural framework. Essentially, we're going to transform what often feels like a messy, frustrating process into a clear, step-by-step blueprint that will empower both you and your students. To make this completely manageable, we're breaking our instruction down into 4 clear steps today. 1, the opinion writing formula. 2, deconstructing mentor essays. 3, our 3 tiers of support. And 4, assessing student writing. Let's jump in. Section 1, the opinion writing formula. Let's demystify the structure. Okay, so this foundational formula is a total game changer because it takes the guesswork out of writing. You know the saying, structure is freedom? Well, that is especially true for young writers. We break down every single essay into highly structured, repeatable components. You move from the introduction, with its hook, background, and thesis, right into the body paragraphs, and then wrap it all up with a structured conclusion. Having this kind of visual map literally eliminates that dreaded blank page paralysis. A really crucial first step in this formula is the thesis, or the controlling idea. You've got to ground your students in this proper terminology early on during your mini lessons. You need to teach them that a strong fourth grade thesis must be specific, it must be complete, and it has to take a very clear stand. It's not just stating a broad topic, it's stating their precise opinion plus the exact reasons they are going to defend. To help students visually map out their essays, we use a specific color-coded system. It's brilliant. Red labels anchor your introduction and conclusion. Core labels build the core body paragraphs. Green is for your advanced elements, and gray is for supporting pieces. Introducing this visual language completely changes how students understand text organization. It's like giving them X-ray vision for essays. Let's look a little closer at the core labels for body paragraphs, because, let's be honest, this is where students almost always struggle to move beyond simply listing their reasons. Here, students are required to follow a specific sequence. They state a topic sentence, introduce a fact from a source as evidence with a citation, and then, and this is absolutely crucial, provide elaboration to explain what that evidence actually means, before wrapping up with a closing sentence. This is where your teacher think-alouds will be so important. Moving right along to Section 2, deconstructing mentor essays, where we see the formula in action. Now that we know the formula, let's see it in practice, because before students can write, they need to read. Consider this gray-labeled hook from our mentor essay on whether zoos should exist. It shows students exactly how to grab attention with a vivid scene, instantly pulling the reader into the debate instead of just, dropping a boring fact. You're going to use these fully annotated essays to model expectations during small group instruction before students ever begin writing independently. These mentor texts are fantastic multi-purpose tools. You use them to model the formula, explicitly show how to cite sources, demonstrate the critical difference between opinion and expository writing, and provide examples that match every student's reading level. Citing sources is a huge fourth grade standard, and honestly, it can be pretty tricky for them at first. Notice how the mentor texts and templates explicitly model the standard citation format your fourth graders must use for every single piece of evidence. According to blank by blank, setting this expectation early on builds absolutely phenomenal academic habits. Section 3, 3 tiers of support. Let's talk about differentiating for every learner. In your classroom, you'll have incredibly diverse needs, right? From second grade reading levels to middle school readiness. That's exactly why this framework uses tiered supports. Notice how the intervention materials provide full sentence frames for our below grade level writers, giving them the exact syntactic structure they need to get going. Meanwhile, the on-level materials gradually release that responsibility with partial frames to guide their thinking. This brilliantly illustrates how the scaffolded supports adapt to student needs without changing the core writing formula. The intervention student gets the direct prompt, according to blank by blank, making sure they don't miss the citation. The on-level student simply gets a blank space reminder to integrate their source. Everyone is doing the exact same high-level cognitive work, just with different training wheels. And what about your advanced students needing enrichment? You don't just give them more of the same work. That's a common trap. Instead, the framework introduces those green-labeled advanced elements we mentioned earlier. This tier pushes them to increase complexity with advanced vocabulary, more sophisticated sentence structures, and higher-level argumentation like counterarguments and rebuttals. I have to say, this is probably one of my absolute favorite features of this program. Even the source texts for the zoo debate are tiered. You have versions written at a grade 4 reading level and versions at a grade 2 to 3 reading level. This ensures that reading comprehension doesn't suddenly become a barrier to practicing writing skills. Every single student can access the facts they need to build their argument. Finally, Section 4, Assessing Student Writing Using the 4-Point Rubric. Let's look at how we actually evaluate all this structured writing. The rubric scores students on a really clear, objective scale of 1 to 4 across key categories like introduction, evidence and citation, and elaboration. By showing this rubric to students beforehand, maybe even turning it into an anchor chart, they have a very clear target to aim for during their independent writing time. Visually anchoring the grading process makes a world of difference. Let's compare organization scores here. On the left, we can see the stark contrast of a score of 4, where ideas flow logically with effective, varied transition words. Contrast that with a score of 1 on the right, which lacks meaningful organizational structure and totally disrupts the flow with off-topic sentences. Having these examples makes grading incredibly concrete for you. Let's see how this builds into the end of the essay. For a conclusion to score a 4, the thesis must be restated in fresh new wording. We definitely do not want them just mindlessly copying from the introduction. Furthermore, their main reasons are summarized, and the whole thing has to end with a memorable, forward-looking closing thought that leaves a lasting impression. Similarly, when we look at conventions, a score of 4 for language usage means the writing is polished, sentences are varied in structure, and there are few to no errors. Compare that to a 1, where frequent errors in grammar, spelling, and punctuation make the writing genuinely difficult to understand. This rubric is highly functional in a writing workshop. It allows for both a student self-score and a teacher score, totaling out of a maximum of 24 points. Having students score their own drafts during the revision phase is just an amazing way to build accountability. Once you have that number out of 24, these final scoring bands provide a clear objective measure. For example, a score of 15 to 19 means the student meets grade level expectations. This makes communicating progress to the students themselves, to your co-teachers, and to parents incredibly straightforward. So as we wrap up our session today, keep this scaffolded success model in mind. By relying on this structured blueprint, moving from the clear formula to the mentor text application, utilizing the tiered differentiation, and finishing with clear evaluation, you can confidently guide every single student, no matter their starting point, toward becoming a proficient, confident 4th grade writer. I want to leave you with this final thought and question as you prepare to step into your classroom. The tools are here, the blueprint is crystal clear, and the differentiation is built right in. So how will you use these frameworks and mentor texts to transform your struggling writers into confident authors tomorrow? Thank you so much for joining me in this explainer. You've got this, and have an amazing time teaching writing this year.